if I hit the dock post, there's a fish. Got him. It doesn't matter if I hit the post or not. Let's stop the boat right here. And it allows me to pitch wherever I want. And that's how you come up with a whole bunch of these guys when you're fishing around docks, is you be able to pitch wherever you can. And he got that Fusion 19 hook right there. You can see the perfect hook set, never come off. Come right out if you pop it, no worse for the wear. Eyeball's fine, fish is fine. And we'll put him back. But that's why I have it taped like that. And I've shown you this enough, but there's a Fusion 19, a 4-aught Fusion 19 hook, and the 4-inch power bait pit boss right there, and then the 1/4 ounce tungsten weight. This is a very standard deal. It's green pumpkin, purple flake, one of my favorite colors of all time. And this is a very standard pitching rig for me. When we get around the vegetation, which we've already done some of, you've already seen some of, then I want it on braid because I want to be able to cut the vegetation. But the fluorocarbon is much more forgiving to fish around docks. And I don't like fishing braid around the docks if I can avoid it, and fluorocarbon is a better deal. It's 20-pound test, so you still got plenty of power to get them out, and it's just easier. It's more efficient to fish with in some ways around docks, so that's why I do it. So see if we can pitch some more of them out. But the key to the docks is just figuring out their position to the docks, and sometimes they're sitting very cleanly on inside poles or outside poles or something. In this particular case today, we found them way back under the docks, out on the poles of the docks, out in front of the docks. So we don't have a solid pattern on where around the docks other than they're around docks. And there's bluegills in the shade on all these docks that we've seen. And these particular docks, the reason we picked these docks, there's docks most of the way around this lake from what I can see. We picked these docks because they are the steepest bank, and you can look at that and see, but when I looked at the contour map, the steepest bank, the deepest water is 4 feet out here. The deep water pushes up against these docks, and that's what I was looking for, as opposed to the docks that have 2 feet of water 20 yards out in front of them. So now that we know which docks have fish, we'll come back through and burn through them one more time. And if I don't get bites real quick, I may switch colors on my pit boss, or put something like a power hog or something a little bit different profile wise on there. Would be the other possibility for us, just to mix it up a little bit, give them a little bit different look. But I don't think that we beat any of these docks up enough that I need to do that just yet, because I can just keep fishing these same docks and catch other ones like that. I can just keep fishing these same docks and catch other ones like that. And come on up in here, buddy. And that's why we pattern fish. There you go, guys. So the lesson there, you know, like I just said, first of all, one of our mottos, never leave fish to find fish. We're not leaving fish to find fish, for one. For two, once you do learn something about how they're set up on docks, well, then I can be very thorough and go through and work the rest of them out, which we're gonna do some more of. Like that. Come out of there. Oh man, that's why you gotta be on it. And that is a nice smallmouth to be living under a dock, guys. That is a nice smallmouth right there. Oh. Got him, got him. Yeah, I think our dock pattern's holding up pretty good at this point, guys. That's hard to argue with this guy. The pattern is airtight, man. It is airtight. If the camera looks over real quick, look at the shade line underneath that dock. And so as long as your lure is in that shade on those docks, you got a good shot at catching a fish. And on that note, my 20-pound fluorocarbon is tattered from jerking on those steel or aluminum posts right there. So I will be retying early and often. It's tattered clear up to here. So you need to feel it and find the last of the nicks, cut it off there, retie it, or you're going to cry like a baby. Yep, but I didn't think you got it at first. It just slacked out, and I got him on the bottom lip too. That was not my prettiest hook set, guys, but
I'll just go ahead and roll on that.
it's not good when the camera guy sees them before you do, but the bait hit the water and the sinker's not pegged, and it was separated from the bait. And I saw the fish, but I didn't feel him grab it right away, and I didn't want to jerk until I knew he had it. That's funny right there. But once again, guys, right in between where the boat itself is and those poles, so basically my cast was right there. And so yeah, and that fish was ready to eat as soon as that thing hit the water. Fish, got him. He was way under there as well. Dude, I don't know. You guys laugh. If you look, I got a pile of pit bosses right here. There's a tape where I retaped my reels for even shorter so I can pitch these docks recklessly without any chance of tangling anything up. And I'm just gonna use my 20-pound line and swing that sucker right up in here. All right, guys. Any kind of shade. That's a good piece of shade right there. Got him that time. Okay. And once I get under there, that would be a smallmouth. I just told the camera guy, I bet there's a largemouth under there. And I would be wrong. Because that is a smallmouth. Oh, look at that crayfish he just spit up. Big old giant crayfish just came out of his gullet. And I want to point out that water underneath that platform, I don't know if he was rolling on that, but that water underneath that platform is like 6 inches deep. I mean, there's no water on there, and a smallmouth was living underneath there. So, and look how fat he is, and that's after he spit up the crayfish a minute ago. So we'll make another pitch. I'll get my stuff back together here and make another pitch. But any kind of overhanging cover, when you look around and it's just hot and calm, any kind of shade is potential for a bass or a pike, you know, anything like that. Bluegills, crappies, they're all gonna be looking for some shade at this temperature of water and this light conditions. Got him. Okay, come out of there. All right, another big smallie underneath these docks, guys. And I don't know how big fish are in this lake, but if I can catch smallies like that out from under these docks, I'm okay with it. And that same pit boss. I've caught more smallmouth today on that full-size pit boss than I've ever caught in my career combined since I launched that bait. I usually use the small pit boss for smallmouth, but there we go. And guys, just for that, it's hot out here, like 95 degrees hot in September. And as you can see, there is no wind at all. The angler behind me is the only other boat on the lake. And I think it's time to get a cheeseburger. So a couple of lessons about today real quick. First of all, we fished with an open mind. We went to a big giant point first. Okay, that's a good spot to find fish. We found a few fish there. It wasn't quite the right deal. The one largemouth we caught there though was on wood cover, and that clued us in for sure that, hey, probably they're on hard cover instead of the grass, because we didn't catch any of them around the vegetation that we fished. So we come to the hard cover, start fishing. Not only did we catch the largemouth, we caught the smallmouth and the pike as well over here. So fun day, and we might sat and fish for a little bit more this afternoon, or we might go to another lake. But we appreciate you guys watching. Again, just being open-minded and going to a new body of water. Looked at it last night on the map and said right there, and went there and fished, and it's a great way to enjoy your time on the water. So if you want to join the conversation on Facebook or Instagram, or especially our YouTube channel, that's all at Fishful Thinker. Otherwise, we hope you'll tune in. We'll see you next week.